Respected Vice Chairperson Ma'am of Mount Zion Schools, Mrs. Angeline Jonathan, and respected Principal Ma'am, Dr. Jalaja Kumari of Mount Zion Schools, CBSE. Hearty welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest and our dignitaries for the rendezvous with the Isro scientist. Dear children, thank you for your welcome. I kindly request all the students and teachers to be seated, please. Once again, I extend a pleasant morning to one and all gathered here, and a special invite to our and welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest for this wonderful function. Now let us proceed with the dance, the welcome dance. And dance is a hidden language of the soul, and what the better way to welcome our esteemed guest with the graceful steps. Dear children, now the stage is yours.
say yeah, yeah, yeah. C'est comme ça, ma chérie, la 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 la. Caressa, li mamma di
See, it was an amazing performance. Thank you, dear students, for your rhythmic and graceful welcome. Followed by the welcome dance is an inspirational dance to be presented by our students from primary and middle school.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now.
बस साथ हमारा मांग रहे, विज्ञान से भारत सींच रहे, इतिहास के पन्ने छाप रहे। है सलाम तुझे इसरो, है सलाम तुझे इसरो, है सलाम तुझे इसरो, है सलाम तुझे इसरो। इसरो ने हमें सपना दिया, जंगे बाबा के सपने पूरे किए, मंगल के तिरंगा फहरा दिए। है सलाम तुझे इसरो, है सलाम तुझे इसरो, इसरो 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 हर देश में गूंज रहा है, नए कीर्तिमान महाशक्तिमान भारत को बना रहा है। इसरो ने कर दिया सर्वोच्च, पूरा पूरा सपना जो सोचे, ऐसे महापुरुषों को करते चंद्रयान और महायान सरस्वती स्तवन के योगदान को, राष्ट्र साथ अब 104 जय जय विज्ञान हो युवा राम सर किरण कुमार के योगदान को। हम साथ साथ हाथों में हाथ लेके, विज्ञान राष्ट्र हम नौजवान मिलके, सबने विश्व भारत को माना। सलाम तुझे इसरो,
Thank you, dear students. It was truly an inspirational attribute to Isro. Thank you for your wonderful performance. Followed by the middle school students, now I kindly invite the primary 2 kids who are going to give us a feast to our eyes with their gestures. Hearty welcome students to present a space dance before our audience and our special guest.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright. Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky. Let's do this one last time. Can't stop, we're higher than another. Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky. Can't stop 'cause we're so high. Let's do this one more time. Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky. Let's do this one last time. Can't stop, we're higher than another.
Exploration of space. Exploration of space. 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 Space.
Through the Milky Way, in my spaceship, at the speed of light, I'm gonna make it. I know you've been expecting me. Turn on the cameras, take another scene. We go like hands up, people. Get with the show, we're taking over. People lose control. Spin the decks, my DJ. Preaching my soul, aim for the stars, my people. We never fall. Yes, I'm a maniac. When I touch the earth, call me a spaceman. When I travel universe, yes, I'm a maniac. When I'm touching the earth, call me a spaceman. When I travel universe, call me a spaceman. 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 Through the Milky Way, in my spaceship, at the speed of light, I'm gonna make it. I know you've been expecting me. Turn on the cameras, take another scene. We go like call me a spaceman.
Marvelous and wonderful performance, dear students. Thank you, dear children, cute children, for your energetic and power-packed performance in this early morning. Thank you. Our rendezvous with Isro scientists proceeds with prayer. Prayer is not just asking, it is a longing of the soul. So let we all get connected with the Almighty's divine through prayer. I kindly invite our honorable dignitaries to the dais, please, and I kindly request our students and teachers to rise up, fold your hands, and close your eyes for availing the Almighty's blessings. Prayer song followed by prayer will be sung and said by our school students, followed by Tamil Thai Valthu.
heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. School attention.
Thank you. I kindly request our dignitaries on the dais, students and teachers to be seated, please. Welcoming is an art. I kindly invite our eminent Vice Chairperson of Mount Zion Schools, Mrs. Angeline Jonathan, to deliver the welcome address and also to introduce our eminent chief guest amidst us. Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning to all. We are gathered here for yet another special program in the school campus. This is in the second term of school. This is the first common program we have. And it is a very interesting one. As you can see it here, it is the World Space Week. Throughout the world, I believe more than 95 countries are celebrating this week, have dedicated this week to learn more about space. And when we look at space study, we have a space club in the school headed by Mr. Robinson. Many of you children are interested, and last year we had interesting projects done in the school campus. And how many of you like to learn more about space? Like to know about space? Yes? Nature lovers? Space lovers? Yeah? Very few? I'm not going to enroll you in a program, children. Just your interest, want to know. Yeah, put your hands down, yeah. It's a very interesting area of study, okay? The more we study as human beings, the more we are in awe of who could have created these beautiful things, right? The more we learn about the sun, the moon, the space, the stars, the mechanisms there, the conditions there, we know we as human beings have finite knowledge, and a God who created is infinite, okay? And as I said, in this World Space Week, India is also celebrating this. The theme for this week is living in space, okay? And in India, the theme we are holding up is Aryabhata to Gaganyaan, ancient wisdom to infinite possibilities, okay? So, did you read up on this, children? Aryabhata to Gaganyaan, ancient wisdom to infinite possibilities. So this week is dedicated to remember what has been achieved by India in the field of space research, Indian Space Research Organization, and also what is being planned for the future, that is Gaganyaan, which is a project scheduled for 2026. And for this program, this is an outreach program scheduled by Isro, and we have a very important person. I take this time to introduce our chief guest for this event, Sri P. Padmanabhan. Welcome, sir. Thank you for being here. He is the division head systems reliability. Head of Systems Reliability. He is MS in Mechanical Engineering from IIT. He is working as the Division Head in Systems Reliability Entity in ISRO Propulsion Complex, Mahendragiri. He acquired his degree in Mechanical Engineering from Bharathiar University in Coimbatore, and he joined ISRO in 2004. So he holds a MS by research in the Department of Mechanical Engineering from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. He is also an alumnus of International Space University. He is currently working in launch vehicle systems reliability area for the past 21 years. So here we have a person who is not only interested, but very knowledgeable and inspiring. He has worked in this field for 21 years. He has contributed as team member of successful projects of ISRO such as PSLV, GSLV, LVM3, Chandrayaan, Mangalyaan, and now he's contributing towards realization of Gaganyaan, which is the maiden crewed mission. Okay, this is the first attempt of India to send human beings into space, which is Gaganyaan, which is scheduled for 2026. And the other upcoming missions of ISRO. So it's our privilege to have Sir Padmanabhan with us, who's going to share his knowledge and inspire all of you students towards space studies. I also take this time to welcome the principal, all the staff of Mount Zion International School, and of course all of you students here. I'm sure this is, as we sit and listen to Sir, you're going to stand in wonder and awe of what the space holds for us, and we are going to be benefited by his lecture this morning. Welcome again.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm and cordial welcome. With immense pleasure, once again, I extend a hearty welcome to our Honorable Vice Chairperson, ma'am, Madam Angeline Jonathan, for honoring our chief guest by adorning shawl. Madam Angeline Jonathan will be honoring our chief guest by presenting a memento. Isro. Our respected principal ma'am will be honoring our chief guest by presenting a special gift. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Dear students, now sir will be presenting his lecture, and in that he will be interacting with you. So sir prefers to be with you. So sir will be coming and showing all the, whatever the presentation he has to do. So please answer to sir whatever you know in a very organized manner, not shouting, just one by one. If you want to stand up along with your teachers, you can tell them, and please interact with sir, and your interaction is most important. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I kindly extend a hearty welcome to our honorable chief guest, Sri V. Padmanabhan sir, for addressing our gallery of students.
Shall we start now? Okay. Respected Vice Chairman, Principal, Management and faculty members and students of Mount Zion International School, very good morning to all. Am I audible to the last row? Okay. Then, shall we start? Okay. So, this World Space Week, how many of you are aware of this World Space Week before coming to this program today? Have you seen in newspapers, televisions, somewhere? Anytime have you seen celebration of World Space Week earlier? Or this is the first time you are participating in this program? Yeah, first time you are aware. Okay, then let me introduce what is this World Space Week. Then we will go inside the lecture, okay? So this World Space Week is being organized by United Nations. It is being celebrated throughout the world, not only in India, as your Vice Chairman has introduced during the welcome address. It is being celebrated throughout the world, across the world. 95 countries have been celebrating this event throughout the world now, right now. Usually every year, this World Space Week is celebrated from October 4th to October 10th. There is relevance for selecting this date, October 4th, as the beginning of World Space Week. Can any one of you can tell why October 4th is selected as the starting date for the World Space Week? It is there in the, okay, I don't know whether it is readable. Anyway, it is readable. I think it is readable up to the last. Can anyone read why we are celebrating or starting the celebration of World Space Week on October 4th? Okay, Sputnik. Sputnik was a artificial satellite launched by Russia in the year 1957. Okay, that is the first man-made or human-made artificial satellite being put in orbit in the space. That is the beginning. That is the beginning of putting satellites or spacecraft in the space. Okay, so October 4th has been selected by UN as a starting date for celebrating this World Space Week. Okay, then coming to October 10th. October 10th is the closing date for the World Space Week every year. Why October 10th was selected is that on October 10th, 1967, there was an accord signed in UN between all the countries to use space for peaceful application. Okay, to use space for peaceful application, an accord was signed on October 10th, 1967. Okay, so this is the relevance of selecting October 10 as the concluding date for the World Space Week. Okay, then how many of you are aware about the space activities? What are the space? What is space? At least we'll start with what is space. What is space? What is space? When we can tell that we have reached space? Can you tell? Anyone can raise the hands and, okay, be interactive so that it will not be boring, or otherwise no, it will be very boring. It is a monotonous way of communication. If it is interactive, okay, it will be very engaging. Can anyone define space? Define space. What is space? Or when we can tell we have reached space? Anyone who knows the answer, kindly raise the hands and tell. Yeah, please.
Sir, after atmospheric pressure, sir.
Yeah, you are right. Very good. Give a. Yeah. He has explained space in a very technical way. Okay. Where atmosphere ends, we call space begins. Okay. We are living on Earth. We are surrounded by atmosphere. Okay. We are having an atmospheric sphere. Atmospheric pressure is there. Around some 1 bar we used to call. Okay. So, when the atmosphere ends or atmosphere thins out, space begins. Then can anyone tell at what distance from Earth's atmosphere space begins? At what distance? At what distance? Some number you can tell. Some number, any number.
100 kilometers.
Yeah, very good. Give a. Okay. So 100 kilometer, what that we used to that distance we used to call as some line named after one scientist. Can you give the name of the scientist, or can you name that line where the space begins? It is called Karman line. Okay, he is an European scientist. So at 100 kilometers, when we reach from Earth's surface, when we cross 100 kilometers, technically we can tell that we are in space. Okay. So can any one of you tell we are traveling? How many of you have traveled in aeroplanes, or at least seen aeroplanes flying over it? Yeah, many of you have traveled, no? What is the distance aeroplane travels? Approximate. I don't need the exact distance. Please raise your hand and please answer.
$15,000.
15,000.
15,000
What is the unit?
kilometers.
50.
Feet.
Huh?
Feet.
15,000. Yeah, usually we used to fly from 20 to, usually passenger aircrafts fly between 20 to 30,000 feet. That is equivalent to 6 kilometers to 9 to 10 kilometers. So that is the maximum distance we used to travel as a commercial aircraft. Okay, in a commercial aircraft we can reach up to 30,000 feet. Military aircrafts go up to 50,000 to 60,000 feet. Okay, that is around some 20 kilometers to 25 kilometers is the range of the aircrafts. Okay, so now you have to reach space. Space is 100 kilometers from Earth's surface. Okay, so we cannot reach space by means of conventional aircrafts. Okay, so what we need to reach space? Yeah, we need a launch vehicle. It can be called as rockets or shuttles, whatever may be. Okay, we need specialized vehicles for carrying humans or spacecrafts to space, that is called launch vehicles. Okay. So before going into launch vehicle and all those things, just we will see. Can you go to the next slide, man? Next slide. Okay, these are all the things you are aware. What is the solar system? Okay. Earth. Earth is the third planet from the sun, and all those things you are aware. Okay. Can you guess? You may be knowing our solar system is in Milky Way galaxy. That also you will know. Can you guess how many galaxies are there in this universe? How many galaxies are there in this universe? Approximately. Okay. More than 10,000 galaxies are there in this Earth. Okay. Even in our galaxy, Milky Way galaxy, there are more than 4,000 solar systems, like what our Earth, like what there we are living. No, Earth is belonging to one solar system. Like that, there are approximately 4,000 solar systems existing in our Milky Way galaxy. Okay, so we are a very small, tiny blue dot where we are living. Our Earth is a very small means you can tell micro or nano dot in this universe. So, if you want to explore this universe, space research is an essential thing so that you can explore universe and you can derive whatever benefits out of this research. Okay, next. Okay, this is what I have explained. Next. Okay, this is what we have discussed, where space begins, how the pressure varies as we go. Okay, so how the pressure differs. In Earth it is around some 1 bar. As you go to the space, around 100 kilometers, all the atmosphere thins out and there is no pressure. Okay, it has become vacuum. Okay, so what is the temperature variation across the attitudes? All those things are there. Okay, next. Next slide. No, before that. Okay, how many of you have heard about, okay, before going to that, this slide, no, as madam, your vice chairman has explained, no, there's a theme for every World Space Week celebration. Okay, that's a theme. 2025, year 2025, we are having a theme called Living in Space. Okay, Living in Space is the theme for the year 2025. Okay, can any one of you tell what was the theme for year 2024? Can you tell? Or can you have a guess? You can raise your hands and tell if you know the answer. What's the theme for year 2024?
Chandrayaan 3.
No, it is not a theme. Chandrayaan is an Indian program. World Space Week is a common for throughout the world. Okay. Theme for 2024 was space and climate change. Okay. So this year theme, 2025 theme is living in space. Okay. So how many of you heard about International Space Station? Yeah, many people have heard about International Space Station. Can you please tell at what height this International Space Station is orbiting the Earth? What is the distance from Earth International Space Station is orbiting? Can you tell what is the distance at which that International Space Station is orbiting above the Earth?
Sir, below 100 kilometers, sir.
No. If you are orbiting below 100 kilometers, you have not reached space.
Sir, 400 kilometer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, giving. Okay. So, International Space Station is positioned at 400 kilometers above Earth's surface, and it orbits 16 times every day. Every day it has 16 orbits, that is 16 sunrise and 16 sunset. The astronaut who is staying in International Space Station will have 16 sunrise and 16 sunset every day. Okay. So coming to the history of space station, can you tell what is the first space station in human history? The name, it is there in the slide. If you can see and tell, that also is okay. Yeah, first space station was launched by Russians. Name is Salyut. Salyut is the first space station launched by Russia. It was followed by Skylab by US. Then it was followed by Mir space station by Russians. Then the Russians and Americans decided it is very costly. So we can collaborate, okay, without spending, each country spending a considerable amount of money. They started collaborating, that is US and Americans started collaborating along with Europeans and Japanese, and they built this International Space Station. It doesn't belong to a single country, it is a collaborative effect built by USSR at the time, erstwhile USSR, current Russia, Japan and European countries. Okay. The ISS was operationalized in 1998 and it is still operational. Okay. It has crossed its life, but somehow people are maintaining and keeping it alive. So the ISS lifetime has been completed long back, but it is being sustained by lot of efforts by Russians, Americans, Europeans and Japanese. Okay. So then one more operational space station is there, that is built by China in the year 2021. It is called Tiangong. Tiangong is the Chinese space station which is operational from 2021. Okay. So 2 space stations are operational currently above Earth. Okay. Then coming to India, what we are doing, so we are planning to have our own space station called Bharati Antariksh Station by 2035. So that is a mandate given by Government of India and Honorable Prime Minister to Isro to build a space station for our country named Bharati Antariksh Station by the year 2025. Okay. So before going to the next slide, can you please tell who is the first human to reach space? Neil Armstrong is the first human to land on the moon. The question is, who is the first human to reach space? That is, cross 100 kilometers or reach that normal line. If anyone knows, kindly raise the hand and answer. Who is the first human to reach space? First human to reach space. Very good. He is from which country? Okay, he is from Russia. He was the first human to reach space in the year 1961. Go to the next slide. Next slide. Next slide. All these things are explained. Okay, Yuri Gagarin is the first person to reach space in the year 1961. He did only one orbit and he reached back to Earth. Earth means he landed in ocean. Still now Russians land in ocean only. Okay. So our space activities, that living in space, the theme of this year, the living in space, the humans started to live in space from the year 1961 onwards. Can you name any one of Indian astronaut? Who is the first Indian to reach space? Can you please tell? Yeah, very good. Okay. Okay, then living in space, no? See, we are living on Earth. Everyone is now living on Earth. Okay. Our body has evolved to live on Earth. Okay. Over thousands of years or lakhs of years, our human body is evolved to live on Earth. So when you leave Earth and reach space, the conditions are different. It is not the same as we experience in Earth. Okay. The first, what are the challenges if you come to, we can categorize the challenges of living in space into 4 types. Okay. The first is, we will not have the gravity, the effect of gravity. We are having gravitational pull on Earth. Okay. That effect will not be there when you live in space or in space station. Okay. So when you live in space, there will be a very negligible gravity, that is called microgravity. Okay. So we will not have this gravity effect when you live in space. So we have to manage, that is one of the challenge. Okay. So what this microgravity conditions will cause, what it will cause is that body, it will affect our body. Mainly our muscles will become weak and our bones will become weak. It is called muscle atrophy. Okay. So in Earth, no, due to gravity, the blood will circulate in the lower part of your body due to gravity. Okay, blood will go down and your heart has to pump and bring it up. So this is the physiology we have. So due to gravity, the blood circulation is regulated and our organs are evolved for living in gravity. When you go to microgravity, so that because of the non-availability of this gravity, the blood circulation will not go to the lower part of your body. You can see that astronauts and all, some swelling on the face and all those things will be there. Okay. So then our heart function will differ. It will not be the same as it is functioning on the Earth. In microgravity conditions, your heart has to function in a different way, and muscles, our muscles are also evolved. Okay, muscles also evolved to face the gravity. So without gravity, the muscles will become weak, your bones will become weak. So all these conditions we have to mitigate if you live in space. Okay, that is the one of the 4 challenges. That is the foremost and important challenge what we will face when you live in gravity, in space, sorry. Okay, then second challenge is radiation. Okay, I think you are from higher classes, no? You will be studying physics and all those things, no? Okay, you would have learned about different kind of electromagnetic radiation. Okay, X-rays, gamma rays, ultraviolet radiation, all those things we are protected on Earth's surface by means of our atmosphere and ozone. Okay, when you go outside our atmosphere, the effect of these radiations also will cause lot of challenges to our body. Okay, it will lead to cancer, those kind of diseases will be there. So we have to mitigate the radiation. So that is the second challenge we used to face when you live in space. Okay, coming to the next challenge, isolation. See, when we are living on Earth, we are a social animal. Am I right? Humans are called social animal. We used to live in societies. So all our mental, okay, evolution has happened to live as a society together. Okay, like parents, siblings, okay, friends. So when you go to space, you will not have this kind of society, will not be there. Maximum in the ISS, some 7 people can stay together. Okay, so you will be isolated. So due to that, our mental health also will get affected. So we have to mitigate this isolation related risks also. Then distance also. See, for example, now you are in Pudukkottai. If you are going to some place for school related function or maybe to participate in some of the competition, you are going to Delhi. If you stay there for more than 1 week, you will feel isolated, away from home. Those kind of mental related issues also we have to mitigate when you live in space. Then fourth is the resources. Okay, for survival of any human, we need basic oxygen to breathe, Okay, these are the basic amenities or basic requirements a human body requires for survival, like oxygen to breathe, water to drink, food to eat. So all these things are not available in space right now. So we have to make arrangements, or you have to take everything, or you have to see that you can make all those things available in space. Okay, so these are the 4 challenges of living in space. Okay, next. Okay, these are all how technology helps to mitigate the challenges which I have discussed with you. Like to avoid radiation, you can have a space shoot. When that initial introduction, no, you people have performed dance, no, with suits and all. Those suits used to help avoid radiation, to provide oxygen to breathe. Okay, these are all technologies available. Okay, to mitigate the risks. Okay, whatever challenges I have told, like 4 challenges, no,
Sir.
that can be mitigated.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, what kind of food they will have in space and how do the excretory matters will be disposed?
Yeah, there are special arrangements are there. Mostly we are taking food from earth to, okay. Mostly like packed foods only we are having, and we used to take from earth to space, and whatever body excretes, no, for that also we are having separate arrangements in microgravity conditions to recycle it. Even water, no, whatever water we are excreting, that will be recycled and used for our purpose, for our drinking purpose and all those things.
Okay, sir, another question, sir.
Yeah.
In movies, we do see that the explosion happens in space. In
Explosion.
the explosion, sir.
Yeah.
In absence of oxygen, how do explosions and fires happen? Fire
No,
happen, sir?
no, in our solar system, you are seeing sun, no? Sun, what is happening there?
Sir, fire.
Fire is there, no? So who told space explosion should not happen or should not happen?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Shall we proceed, or you have any other query?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, these are some of the human space program by spacefaring nations. Artemis is the program by Americans, that is NASA. So they are having this program to return to moon. So actually they have reached moon. You people told, no, Neil Armstrong, he landed on moon in 1969. So after that in 1980s they stopped the program going to moon. Okay. So now they are reviving back. Americans are reviving back, and the program is named as Artemis. So they want to make a base on moon, and from moon they have to reach Mars. So that is the objective of this Artemis program done by Americans. Okay. NASA. Okay. Next. So this is the one concept of having a moon base, just to show how it will be there. Okay. And habitat, how energy will be generated by means of solar panels. And we can grow plants inside that habitat, and so that we can sustain the life on moon. Okay. Next. So then from moon to Mars, how we can colonize Mars. Okay. You have heard about SpaceX, no? Elon Musk. Okay. Have you heard about Elon Musk? Okay. He is having a very challenging dream of reaching Mars in another 10 years. Okay. So let us see how his dreams come true. Okay, next. Okay, this is also evolving field, space tourism. To feel the weightlessness, that is microgravity, people are ready to spend lot of money. So there are some companies like Blue Origin, Virgin Atlantic, they are taking tourists, that is like traveling in a bus, train or aeroplane, no? These people are offering tickets, so you can go to space. That is, you can go to space, that is, you can cross the Karman line, okay, and feel this weightlessness or microgravity and return back. So this kind of tourism, space tourism is also getting evolved. Okay, next. So this is a basic thing I think everyone will know. Okay, rocket works on Newton's third law. Okay, what are the forces on a rocket? For rocket, if you want the rocket to go up, it should it should have a lift. That lift force should be able to overcome the escape velocity, or it should be more than the escape velocity. It should provide the vehicle more than escape velocity. That lift force should be providing more than escape velocity so that it can defy the gravity and go to the orbit. Okay. Other forces are like drag, self-weight. These are the forces acting on the launch vehicle. Okay, next. So coming to ISRO, already I think you people will be aware, the SLV-3 is the first launch vehicle project of ISRO. And can anyone tell who is the project director for SLV-3? SLV, satellite launch vehicle, who is the project director? Can anyone raise hands and tell? Who is the project director for SLV, satellite launch, first launch vehicle of India or ISRO? Please. Yeah, you are right, Abdul Kalam. Give him a lakh. Okay. So SLV-3 was developed in 1979, followed by augmented satellite launch vehicle. And the next is the Polar satellite launch vehicle that is still operational. Then followed by GSLV, that is geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle in 2001. Then followed by LVM-3 that was developed in 2014. And now there is a lot of interest in small satellites. Okay, for launching the small satellites, one small satellite launch vehicle was also developed. Okay, that is called SSLV, small satellite launch vehicle. Next. What is the spaceport of India? Where is the spaceport of India located? Where is the spaceport of India located? Sriharikota. Yeah, very good. Okay. So Sriharikota is the only spaceport as on today for launching Indian rockets. Okay. Second spaceport is coming at a place which is near to you. Can you please name the place where the second spaceport is coming? No, not in Kerala, it is in Tamil Nadu only. Not in Chennai. It is in Thoothukudi district. Name is Kulasegarapattanam. Okay. Second spaceport of India is coming at Thoothukudi district in a town named Kulasegarapattanam. Okay. That port will be specifically used for launching small satellites. Okay. Next. Please.
Sir, can you say the difference between rocket and satellite?
Yeah. Satellite is the spacecraft. Okay. That is going to be placed in orbit. Okay. You need some vehicle. For example, you want to go to Chennai. What you need? A vehicle. It may be a bus, a train or aeroplane. Launch vehicle is a vehicle. Okay. It is a launch. Rocket is a launch vehicle. Okay. Rockets are used to launch satellites. Okay. Understood? No? Satellites are like passengers. Launch vehicles are like bus or any transport. It is a means of transport. Launch vehicle or rocket is a means of transport for transporting satellite to the required orbit. Okay. Next.
Thank you, sir.
Next. This is the, can you please tell any of the applications in daily life because of space research or satellites? There are a lot of applications in our daily life. Can you please raise your hand and answer. Everyone, if you.
Cell phone.
Yeah, mobile phone, mobile communication. Okay, communication is one of the applications of space research or satellites. Okay. Any other application?
So GPS.
Yeah, it is navigation. Okay. Navigation is one of the applications of space technology. Then anything else?
Resource maintaining.
Yeah, resource identification or resource management can be done with the help of satellite images. Very good. Okay, anything else?
Disaster management.
Yeah, disaster management, weather forecasting, everything can be or is being done with the help of satellites and space technology. Okay. Then apart from that, have you heard about telemedicine, tele-education? All these things also can be or being done with the help of satellites. For example, remote location. In Andaman Nicobar, you cannot have a specialist who can go there immediately to face any emergency or to solve any emergency cases. Okay. So with the help of satellites, we can communicate with a surgeon in Andaman and a specialist sitting in Chennai or any metro or any developed city. He can guide a surgeon or a medical professional in remote area to perform emergency operations. Okay, that is telemedicine. And tele-education. Okay, there are a lot of remote areas in our country where you cannot have a well-qualified educational professional to teach students. Okay, there with the help of satellites we can communicate and teach students. That is tele-education. That is also one of the application of satellite technology being utilized by our country. Okay. Next. Can you name any of the, please.
Sir, I have a question.
Please.
Sir, how can space technology used in disaster management?
See, there are satellites can be classified into 3 different types. Okay. Remote sensing satellites. Basically, remote sensing satellites means that will be monitoring the Earth. Okay, it will be continuously taking pictures of the Earth or images of the Earth. Okay, you can see the movement of clouds. If there's a landslide, just before the movement of the land, how it is happening. From the analyzing that images, you can tell when cyclone can come, when heavy rain can happen, whether the landslide can happen. All those things we can predict with the help of the images provided by the satellite. Okay, that way you can manage the disaster. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
The classification of satellite, one is remote sensing satellite, then communication satellite. Okay, what people were telling, no, for communicating, for mobile communication, for internet communication, everything, those satellites are called communication satellites. Then navigation satellites, that GPS, you are using Google Maps and all those things, no? Those things are based on navigation satellites. Then there is a 4th class of satellites, that is scientific missions. Okay, that's what is listed here. Can any one of you tell any scientific missions done by Isro? Okay, I think you are aware, no? Chandrayaan,